saying that it's in the name of social assistance. Let's take from the rich, they're big and bad. You, the poor, will get it. Inflation hits the lower class first and foremost. Why? Because middle and upper classes, we could take shelter in the American dollar. In the American dollar from it. You buy your dollar and you just wait. The lower classes can't do this because they don't have any capability of saving. So inflation, in the name of social assistance, the first population that it hits, the lower class. The most cruel policy you can have is creating inflation for the lower class in the name of social assistance. I am not saying that if there's a tragedy you don't help a city. For example, in Europe, if you have a city that was flooded, for example, in Central Europe, like it happened to, I think it was the western zone of Austria and Switzerland some months ago. Yes, help that. Use the funds of the state to help that. But when you do it continuously for 70 years, for example, people, I'll give you one of the... I told this to Phantom the other day. He's from Greece, and he told me it was crazy. Do you know what they did here? The last, one of the last things that they did? We had 1.5 inflation per day, percentage per day. That was by the end of the previous administration. You know what was the last measure? One of the last ones that they did? Breaking the pensions system. We had a national debt so high. Breaking the pension systems. Why? Because we paid it off in 2014. Well, indeed. Like that. Like that. We took it in 1984. Well, like that. Like that. Like that. Imagine, Pillow. My country has a lot of debts with the IMF and etc. And our percentage of our score of risk for investment is so high that we don't have any international aid available except the IMF and then and the United States, indeed, you can see. Why? Because Edward Grieg took a populist investment. Well, like that. Like that. Something similar to that. But imagine it being like tenfold, which was consumerly consumed within 3 years, precisely. Interested in some of the measures that they took before they left 2 years ago. For example, this one makes everyone laugh, always. This one makes everyone laugh. So, if you are drinking, don't do so. If you are drinking your gin, Pillow, don't do so. Patriot, if you are drinking something, that is what happens when you merge capitalism with communism. Well, one of the last measures they left as a gift. Using feminism as an excuse, using European feminism and American feminism as an excuse, another nice little gift from Obama. Women have been oppressed for a lot of years, and because of that they couldn't work. So what do? Free pensions. Free pensions. You didn't work for 30 years, you get a free pension. All women by default, by law in Argentina until some 2 years ago, they got free pensions for 12 years. Free pensions. You didn't work, you didn't do anything. You know that to sustain a pension system, you need 4 people working for one. How I love equality. Yes. You, Pillow, are working for... We are all working for 30 years. But then, they could... Here in Poland, women can retire 5 years early. Why? Well, it's the same here. But this one is a step further. That broke the pension system, of course. That broke the pension system, giving free pensions to people who didn't work for 30 years. That broke the pension system. And the income of the ones who worked was reduced. Why? Because if you expand the money, the base of people that you have to pay, then it is more difficult to upkeep that. Because there's more people. So, what did they do? They reduced the overall of everyone who did work for 30 years. to incorporate this populist idea and get votes because we fucking capitalistic conservative populist paid off. No, I hate well, but you defend the existence. Well, no. Let's not get into that debate. You hate. Okay, you are against gender theory. Okay, in that we agree then. In that we agree then. You don't believe in gender theories. Okay, I get it. Okay, I didn't imagine that. For me, it's a surprise. Confirm it to me. You don't believe in gender theories then. I am under the gender equality. Well, but at least be thankful. In your case, you still don't have free pensions for oppressing people. It's either equality or bust. Well, in my case, as a big bad monarchist, let's say, I'm saying this ironically, people, I am probably an angel. We either have the same rights and freedoms or bust. There's a, well, if you want my old school, terrible monarchist stance, pillow, we either have the same number of burdens from the state or bust. Well, in that I agree. The civil duties, I don't see why they shouldn't be the same. If I have to die in a trench, then alongside a woman dies next to me, or bust. Okay, we agree on those things. Pillow. Would you look at that? We completely agree on those things. I do disagree. Those are civil duties. I do disagree that biologically we are the same and we have the same duties. I think this new age idea that women are like men, no. Our gray matter brain composition is not the same. Biologically, I bet we differ. Men are the master. No. It's either that. It's either that, or we go back to a more traditional approach of society. Let's say, Pillow, I don't want to get banned, please. I don't want to get banned, please. No. You have a lot of logic in what you are saying, and let's call it the assuming a more traditional biological role approach due to the composition of gray matter in the brain. Let's say it like that. I get the message. Let's say it like that. I get the message. It doesn't matter which words we use. It is true. It is true that biologically we are different, and we are good for some things, and we are good for another. Each one is good for another thing. Then it's not equality. Has to keep their pension, because if 76% of the women vote against their interests, just to keep their pension, their pension against the other gender, then it's not equality. Just indeed, I do believe it. Yes, it is like that. It is indeed like that. Indeed, I agree. Indeed, I agree with that. I would say, instead of that one, yes, to not get banned and those things, that being able to assume the biological role that we are given, of course, because of the distribution of gray matter in the brain. Let's say it like that. In that sense. Let's say it like that. In that sense. Well, but be thankful that still in Poland it's not like here. Here it's like free pensions. Because we have all oppressed them, basically, by default. It was one of the last gifts that they left to us. Free pensions by default. Because we oppress them. By default, huh? By default. Like, automatically. You go to the... to the public office, and you just, when you are 65, you ask for your free pension automatically. You haven't worked, it's automatic. No one can say anything to you. Everyone will give you the pension. I can't hear you. I'm a 6'2" feminist. Hail women, no, no. Well, it's a bit like that. It's a bit like that, Patrick. It's a bit like that. It's a bit like that. The worst part of the situation is that this is all well. I guess people to tell you this is all responsibility of Obama. He was the executor of all of this. If you ask me, he's the executor of all this shit. He executed all this shit. I don't know who was behind it, who created it, but he executed it. He executed it. So that's why you can see. You can see. But the worst part is hating their parents, because in that concept it is implicit that that all of our fathers were oppressors, and all of our mothers were stupid and oppressed. So how do you create a healthy society out of that? It's impossible. I need to be a feminist in order to get a no. No, Patrick. And also, I know how some drooling guys think like that. That is a terrible strategy. The conservatives did this. The populistic 87-year-old Carty chairman did this. Oh, you mean Mr. S? Mr. George S? You mean Mr. George S? He's not a conservative. He's not a conservative. He's a relativist. He's not an actual conservative. He's a relativist, an hedonist. They just want to legalize fucking a cow, basically. They are depraved. They are depraved. They are not conservative. Don't insult us conservatives like that, Pillow, with that comparison. Mr. No, I mean, right. I would legalize that. No, let's not begin with the tacky debate. No. Let's not begin with the tacky debate. No, you would. No, please, no. No, depravity. No, we don't need depravity in society. No, let's not get into the debate. I will ignore that last one. Mr. Jaroslav Kaczynski. Okay, you were talking about a local politician of Poland. That in your case it was the more you have the let's say conservative party mixed with the mixed with the ideals to open up the pension system like that and create inflation. In your case, the conservatives created inflation. You are telling me, Pillow. The Conservative Party created the inflation and the feminism. Populism is inherently theirs. Yes, okay, well, in your case, it's the opposite of mine. I'm sorry. The only thing I can tell you, I know it's very difficult for you to believe it. It's very. The only thing I can tell you is that not all of us conservatives are like would do that. It's not like that. Was it conservative or was it? They have created 22% inflation. Okay, it was the so-called how do they call it now? This slang term. The is it the far right, like the ultra far right supposedly, or the middle one, like the PP? Is it like the equivalent of the People's Party, or is it far right? Far. The one that created the inflation. Middle of the road. Okay, then it's not conservative. Pillow, you need to be a bit fair. But only because the far right is so extreme. I would wonder what you call extreme. Selling the country to Russia. If it is so, yes. If so, yes. Why? Middle of the... Because technically it's not a conservative. If you are saying middle of the road, it's center. Center right, you want. If nowadays calling someone far right, because the farther right leader have your political... Oh, thank you, Pillow, thank you. Thank you, I feel so good. He wants to establish a British monarchy. Have your political... Thank you. With a bit of pro-Russianism and... Well, but I don't... Okay, there. Stop, please. Stop, please. That last part, those two last parts, you didn't find them in me. Then there you have empirical evidence that not all of us conservatives are that. And I am technically, I would be considered more extreme, but because I don't think your far right one would go back to a medieval monarchy. Are you an anti-Semite? No. On the contrary, if we had the discussion and I told you that out of the two uh, factions involved in the conflict, I said that precisely I'll go the other one. Of course, I don't like Russian killers. I don't like any kind of communist. I don't care if it's called Mao in China or Russian in or Russia or Putin in Russia or whatever. And in the other one, the anti, then you don't fit into the party. Yes, but I would be considered more extremist, Pillow, because I'm a realist. I would go back to a medieval monarchy, not with the armors, people. It's not that everyone now gets to use, goes back to using armor. For example, I would teach realism in monasteries like in Middle Ages. Then you don't feel, bro, they want to put Jesus on the throne. You are not as extreme. Ah, well, if it's like that, I can accept it, if you say so. Let's do a race tier list, shall we, Patrick, of extremism? Okay, they want to put. I put Russians in F tier. No, 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 no. A tier list about extra. No people, no people. If I get banned because of those things, then we all lose. In that sense, no. You can do your tier list, but you do it in chat, Patrick. That is then not displayed over at YouTube. Then in that case, then if more people support the stream and there's an amount of people who would be okay with it, except us three and District that is an angel and etc. and Crowbar and the rest of the friends of the channel, if it maybe we can try doing something like that. Oh, admins. No. I'm not reading that message, Patrick. Someone is hating both parties. That's illegal. Sorry, because it starts with a B. It's not like no, no, because it starts with a B. No, wait, people, no, please. I'll skip all of your nice conversation that is enriching for both of you. I love part of my chat, but it's perfectly okay. At least you always now say always sorry and sorry to each, Patrick. At least you do that. That is a part that I appreciate out of it. Okay. Not all people of all of the groups involved are terrible, but yes, that it creates an ideological tendency in some of them. The one that starts, and by the way, how was your day, boss? Yes, it is deeply happy my day because indeed Argentina is now communism free officially. I wish it for all of your countries. So no, but going back to it was a great day. I had my birthday. I had some gifts. I have my Switch 2. I have some gifts. For example, some gifts. For example, we went to a fancy restaurant after voting. As we were looking at the results, I ate a nice Napolitan pizza. I had no, 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 Pillow, no, don't start again with the debate. Don't start again with that. It's your favorite topic, I see. You would have it anyway. No, Patrick, don't feed him. It's what he wants. Don't feed him. You are feeding him. It's like if you go to when you go to it's like when you encounter a little homeless cat on the street and you start feeding the cat. If you feed the cat will follow you and will keep going with those things. Are you? No, stop, Peter, stop. No, no, Carlton. I will read the quest as you two sort things out. They went crazy and started attacking the dead. The demons were born of the creatress thoughts. They should protect the underworld, but now they are working together with the shadows. Okay. Search for Carleton in Telopolis. We are going back to Greece, people. We are going back to Telopolis. Okay. Kick W. Okay. No, they are just joking, people. I don't give a shit if you are if you are not. I will assume you are joking. They are joking, people. They are joking. They are joking. They are joking. They are joking. We have the best chat ever in the world here. I cannot imagine how people would react to this. About how calm was the start of the stream, says Patrick. Yeah. The thing is that Pillow is like a hurricane. He's like the hurricane that is now about to strike. It's called Melissa in the coast of the United States. That's the only thing that I like about living in a country with cold waters. We don't have hurricanes because you cannot form. In that sense, I think Argentina hasn't had any natural disasters ever like that. Like, yes, maybe a flooding or something, but no volcanoes, no pissing under the wind is terrible in its effect. Pillow, I don't know when you both pissed on a hurricane. Me, Pillow! No, you cannot tell me that. You cannot tell me that, Pillow. You cannot tell me that. I keep myself calm if we don't talk about race, fortunately. No, Pillow, you cannot tell me that. That would be deeply unfair from you. You loved the R fighting. You were intellectually curious about all of the debate topics that you brought up. No, you cannot say that. True, Era. No, that one, no. That one, no. No, you were the one curious about it. I only replied after you explicitly said things, that you knew that for a monarchist would be. I think your first phrase, Pillow. I challenge you to our fight. No, Pillow. No, I challenge you to a Pokemon battle. This that sounded like trainer Pillow challenge you to a Pokemon battle, or I challenge you to a duel in Yu-Gi-Oh. No, 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 Pillow. One of your first phrases. I don't know if you have my amazing memory. I think you do. You have my amazing memory. One of your first phrases before following the stream or anything was, why did the Italian state failed and was terrible after the collapse of the old regime, or I think it was something like that. The student versus the adversary. No, we are not here to antagonize anyone in the chat, Pillow. You are not Luke Skywalker. No, you are not an adversary of anything, Pillow. In fact, versus Darth Vader. No, you are not any adversary. I want you to feel comfortable in the chat. No. It's not like that. Here we are all mature people. Even if you like joking a lot, and even if look, Pillow, even if a communist would come to the chat and disagree with everything I say, oh, I am. No, you're not. No, you're not. Even if a communist came to the chat and disagreed with everything I said, if the person does not insult me, if the person does not insult me, and doesn't spam the chat with Palestinian flags, I don't know, whatever the shit, if he doesn't disrupt the normal flow of the a natural flow of the chat and participates healthily like you do, expressing your view backed by arguments and etc. and writes logic answers like you write, I would let the person express himself as long as he doesn't insult and he gives a minimum bit of logic to his opinions. You write some text that has logic to your opinion, even if I disagree with it completely, to your perception of metaphysical reality. So another thing, if you would tell me, let's go fuck a cow like 10 times in a row, 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 imagine you say, I love fucking cows 10 times in a row without giving me any explanation or whatever the fuck. So yeah, in that sense, it's like blackjack. We are against A horse? So, you reject. What do I reject? What do I reject, Pillow? No, on the contrary, I would accept the person even if he's a communist. Even if he's a communist, get into a stream. Or were you talking to Patrick? I know you were talking to Patrick. One person, I would be happy if both countries lose. Declare moral victory. What the fuck? No, you're talking to Patrick. You're not talking to me about the communists that I wouldn't ban. I challenge Patrick to our fighting. Well, Pillow, but he can decline your offer. It's in part of education. He dismissed. I went. No, that's a terrible conception of reality. That's a terrible conception of reality, Pillow. That's a terrible conception of reality. You know that in any trial, not saying something is not proof of not having arguments. Not everyone has the will or the amount of patience or time or personal time. If we were in or personal time to fight relativism, doing what I do for 4 hours, maybe with some of your arguments, you have to understand not everyone has the time or will to debate with arguments against that. You cannot judge people like that, Pillow. You cannot judge people like that. You cannot judge people like that. In that sense. If we were on a battlefield, I would train with the hussars. Fuck, what the fuck? What the fuck? Fuck, Pillow, you're way too dramatic. We are here to chat like civilized individuals. We're here to chat like civilized individuals, Pillow. I know that you love your jokes, but part of this is a monarchic realist stream. We are not like the savage communists you may be used to see. We are civilized and refined. What? Yes, we are civilized and refined. We are not like that, like savages. If this was a battlefield, everything is seen as a fucking battle. No, we are civilized here. I thought this was... No, it's not. Oh, sorry, I just realized what is that nice history reference. No. Don't say that phrase again. No, because it's false. You know that I'm against communism in any form, and that is one of the forms of it. So you are the living wonder everyone is talking about. You must be brave and strong to withstand the undermagic for this so long. The demons started to attack the whole underworld, so it seemed to operate from kings and ancient from incoming souls. Precisely, monarchism is the opposite of that. The conservative monarchies were the ones attacked by that disgusting form of communism. Fidesz to be kinda thick? What the fuck? I don't know what that may be. I will just assume you are fucking joking. Guinness can only be reached by the ones he is way too intelligent. He's just fucking joking with that last phrase. He knows very well, and we've debated against that all the time. I think the first time we debated it was even about that. It appears to be fitting to law for the fight will not be easy. This is a monarchist stream, realist, and that ideology is relativist, precisely, derived from communism, and that majorities define reality. Here, no, metaphysical objective reality defines on its own with the objective arrangement of particles. We are refined here. We are civilized, always. They're the fittest? True. Well, true. See, people, see, the other one was a joke. Otherwise, that ideology that he mentioned, that one attacked the monarchies. The great British monarchy. That, well, made some mistakes in the past, but compared to that one, well, at least there was a bit of common sense left. So we are refined. We are refined in this stream because it's a monarchist stream. And even if someone told me that I don't know that they love communism, unless the person, as I said, insults me or somehow fills the chat with phrases without giving any kind of freaking logic. Like, let's go Middle East religion. Let's say, let's go Middle East religion. Let's go. Death to the West, something like that. Unless it's something extreme like that, I believe in open debate, people. I believe in open debate. That's the point. So we don't become fucking brutes. Fucking brutes that are unable to listen. Death to the president of Hungary. No. From the river to the no. Our Persian dirtbag minister. Yeah. Well, he mixed things up. I think he mixed Hungary with the Middle East criminals. Anyways, I think I won't take it seriously anymore because they're already beaten. Also secretly, they're already beaten. So there's no point in fighting. Fortunately, Trump got rid of a lot of those problems as he's cleansing South America from the candy sellers. So one has to be magnanimous in victory. There's no point. You gotta admit, people, that at least I know how to deal with those topics. Also secretly, as the Russian oligarchy, let's say, the poor YouTube viewers, people, that's for sure, at least will have the curiosity of coming here to see what's the full experience. That's for sure, because I don't display the chat over at YouTube. At least we'll have the curiosity of what the full experience looks like, because over at YouTube it's like a trial, because I don't put the whole chat in that sense. So yeah. The potato dictatorship, that's a good reference. There, we'll call it like that. The potato dictatorship. That's a good reference. Man, Patrick, I think it's the moment to say the legendary phrase with Pillow. All roads lead to Russia. Indeed. It is understandable. And I agree with a lot of those things. But all roads do lead to Russia. With Pillow. You were quite precise with the phrase. All roads lead to Russia. Imagine blaming a lack of leadership. Oh, no, Pillow, we begin back to... You always will... No, it's all roads lead to Russia and that topic. And whose socio-economic system is a stagnation... And whose socio-economic system to the stagnation of the 80s URS, to the Soviet Union. That state has no other reason for its existence. Yeah, I think it's like staying. All right, the Soul Collector. I have to use the other ones to damage that one. Where was it? I had a reserve of those. Of this light energy to cause damage to him. Essence of Vigor. Oh, careful, we don't have a lot. Ah no, here I have more. Here, light essences. That should do it. I think with this we should be able to deal damage. Yeah, pretty much. Good. Now we remove it, as we don't want to waste them. Pretty much. There. We don't use any essence. It is like that. It's like staying confined in the... back in the Cold War. Has anyone here ever watched, as I was saying, Get Smart? One of the best series. It's one of my favorites. I still watch it with my dad all the time. Get Smart. It's amazing. It's like that. It's like staying there the whole time. One rush to the hospital. Runs. Fuck. Yeah, it's like that. With Pillow, it's like that. But it's understandable. That's why I don't judge him because of that. Because it's understandable and I also suffered it. Elite joke. No, yeah. It's like that. It's like that. The sky it's raining a lot today. Oh, oops. It has to be the oligarchy doing its job. It's a bit like that, Pillow. I understand why. I understand perfectly why. If anyone has seen that he has commented it several times, the history of Poland, it's understandable. People, think of it like this. If I complain about it here at the end of South America, how is he not going to do so as a neighbor? Man in the ambulance asks the nurse, "Where are we going?" The nurse says, "To the nursery." To the cemetery. He says, "Cemetery? I'm not dead yet." Careful, Pillow. Careful. Careful with what you say. Careful. Careful. If it's something that I cannot read, I won't read it. Nurse, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. Okay. Okay, now it was more or less a standard World War II joke. Nah. It's natural. It was a normal rivalry, after all. Doesn't end well. I got ahead of myself. I gave this a joke a solid 9. Tell it to me because I still think it's a standard World War II joke of rivalry between Poland and Germany. I think he hasn't finished it because after either has to come a second idea. You give it a solid 9, Patrick. You give it a fucking solid 9. Ah no, yeah, it was that. I was not there either. No, I like Patrick's one better. I rushed to the hospital. Russians? Fuck. No. People, seriously. Pillow. I understand we all have our rivalries and everything. If there's a random Russian viewer that has nothing to do with the oligarch regime being a victim of it, I assume you won't attack the person, right? It's the only thing I ask you regarding the topic. With me knowing that I will never support any pro Eastern position. You have that warranty. But if a random person who is innocent, that has nothing to do, maybe 17 years old, 15 years old, don't. It's the only thing. A random person that does not say anything wrong, of course, that is polite, that everything, that the situation happens, to a normal person, it's the only thing I ask of it regarding the topic. A normal person like that is polite and more or less does not hate Poland, of course. That I would never allow it in that sense, but that like that. Okay, different joke. It's the only thing that I told you the other day and you told me no problem. Okay, different joke. How do you reckon? No, please. No, Patrick, no, stop, Patrick, no, stop. Two cannibals are talking at the grill. Don't turn it so fast. The meat won't cook properly. Yo, boss, how is it going, Axis? How is it going, Axis? No way. It's a pull. If I turn it slowly, he'll fucking steal my code. How are you doing, Axis? I see that you've seen Patrick call me boss by now. He assigned me the name already. How are you doing, Axis? How are you doing? We are having a debate stream as I already analyzed everything of Drakensang. How have you been, Axis? How have you been? I'm deeply good because of I had a good birthday gift the other day. We debate politics here on stream. I know that you are more about the games. Polish army arrived. Yes, Pillow is also from Poland. He's very nationalist. It's the first time you two meet each other. Pillow, this is Axis. He is also from Poland. He's a compatriot of yours. He likes more talking about the games so far rather than the politics, so don't rush to him with all of your crazy debates. Be be moderate regarding that. He's also he was the first subscriber of the stream when no one had done so except Crowbar. Crowbar, the second he saw he could sub, he did so immediately afterwards. So he's a compatriot of yours. Pillow is very nationalist here, Axis. He is of course against Russia, as I am. I am also pro-West. So we debate a lot about things. He's not as conservative as I am, maybe in that sense. And we like debating. Basically, that's the idea. In Hungary, no, but Patrick, the other one, no. The other one, no. The previous phrase about a certain religion, no, because they've suffered enough. They suffered enough, no. No, they suffered enough. They suffered enough with the Germans, and now with the Middle East killers. No, please. And after them, they are coming for us, Roman, Christian, Catholics, or Protestant, all of Europe. So they are suffering something for us. No, in that sense, no, never, please, no. I know that in streams generally it's weird to see someone defend that publicly, take stances, but I do so. No. That one, the other one, no, please. With that religion, no. It's there's been enough suffering. In Hungary, we always call people boss if we want something from them. Depends on how high the light bulb is. The higher, the more poles. He's telling you how many poles does it take to change a light bulb? Depends on how high the light bulb is. The higher, the more poles. Okay, last one. What's the result of Russia-Ukraine football match? Oh, they make you guys suffer in the US as well. Don't worry. You should prepare kneel in front. No. I don't mean that. 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 I don't mean extreme thing. No, and you know that I support Christianity instead. But no. Axis 2-0 for Poland. No. Axis, don't get scared, please. Please tell me you don't get scared. They just like debating these things. They use jokes. They're all amazing people. Pillow is also from Poland, and Patrick is from Hungary, as you could see the other day. Basically, they are great people. They just do that things. I think it's the first time you directly see how a debate stream. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. They are quite friendly. They just like joking with me. They just like joking with me. They just like joking with me because they know I am. In fact, Pillow has said that this is the only stream in which he can express, so far, that he can express himself without getting banned and etc. So he takes pleasure in that. So because of how open-minded I am, we are losing. Slema Mordeku kolego. Alright, they're starting to speak in Polish. Speak in Polish all you want. That's better. That's better. You will understand each other like that. So yeah, pretty much. So preemptively, Axis, if you see anything that may be a bit interesting, no worries. Know that no one here has an ill will. We say all of the things that we say with our purest intention to have a great world. Pillow with his ideas, I with myself with mine, in that sense. So basically that's the idea, because it is the first time you come to a politics debate stream. So I tell you that. I'm deadly serious about. No, Patrick, please. But I know it's a sensitive topic to the dear Twitch. No. You like politics, Axis. Okay. You like politics. Well, I don't know if you watched any of the VODs with the debates we've had, but yes, I revealed to you that I am a monarchist. I support the British monarchy. I'm an Anglophile. And I'm a realist philosopher. That implies a lot of things. For example, being against all forms of communism, be that German fascism or Russian Stalinism. Basically like that. So because of that, I bet Pillow at least appreciates you that. No, Patrick, it's not about that. There's a reality regarding that topic, Patrick, and I will close up the debate as they speak in Polish. Hang on, because we have two debates going on at the same time. Patrick, it's not about that. It's not that I dodge it because of that. It's not that I dodge it because of that, or because I don't want to get banned, or etc. It's because there's a reality. There's a reality that it's not because of that. I support Roman Christianity. I'm Italian, as you can imagine. Patrick, you two speak in Polish as I wrap this one up because this one is also sensitive, as I said. It's not that. It's not that. It's not that. It's that there's a reality that after the Middle East individuals are done with them right there, then we are next. Then we are next. So I have respect for people who are acting as a shield to protect the West in general. Is that, Patrick? And let's wrap up the debate. Let me see. They are speaking in Polish. You like politics, Axis? Well, President. The new president's election in Poland was the best reality show. Okay. And then they talk in Polish. GKGN underscore. Hi. How is it going, man? How is it going? You see, the people. This stream is in English. It's just that they are two Polish viewers and they are chatting to each other about politics. So it's in English. How is it going, GKGN? I do metaphysical game reviews, but I also like chatting about. I believe in open debate, and sometimes they like chatting about politics and philosophy as well. We talk a lot about philosophy, but I analyze games. But the stream is in English. But please, guys, try to do the debate in English. Pillow Access, try to do the debate in English because otherwise we are excluding everyone. I let you do it, but you can see it's one of the rules. I let you do it in Polish so you acquaint with each other, but try to be in English so it doesn't. It doesn't, more or less, the debate in English, because otherwise you're excluding the rest. You're excluding Patrick and me, and anyone who watches. Yeah, sorry, I mean, okay, yeah, please, because otherwise everyone is excluded and we go to shit. GKGN, welcome to my crazy reviews. I analyze games. You're welcome to the channel. I analyze games like this one. In the case of this one, I've spent 27 days analyzing it. I do metaphysical reviews, as I'm a realist philosopher. As you can see, the channel has a bit of a deep lore in that sense. So, yes, pretty much, I review games. I believe in objective metaphysical reality rather than the sum of our mental perceptions. I think Metacritic reviews were always flawed because they are a sum of mental perceptions instead of trying to find how the objective arrangement of particles works in time and space. Crazy things like that. So, because of that, basically, I review games. I do one topic per stream, and afterwards I like debating with them. I generally play isometric action RPG games, commonly known as Diablo clones, and in this case, a dear viewer of the channel District, asked me to review Drakensang Online. Don't worry, people, I see the messages. It's just that whenever someone new arrives, I like welcoming the person. I think it's a terrible custom by streamers not greeting new people to the stream. It's like when you arrive to a restaurant. And no one is there to greet you. I think that is terrible, without a doubt. I think it's terrible. It's like that. So yeah. So pretty much I do so. So I review games, one topic per stream, and then I get to a final score, basically. I mean, sorry. I mean, I got enough from this guy now. I voted for Sandberg, Trotsky. Sandberg was not bad. Emo the best from the left. What's your favorite Diablo clone, and how do you feel about Drakensang Online? Okay, favorite Diablo clone. Favorite isometric action RPG, basically. My favorite one of all time, that cannot be Diablo, of course, if it has to be a clone. So far, is a game called Sacred 2. It's a game called Sacred 2 that I reviewed last year, ironically, on stream. I awarded it a perfect 10 out of 10. I recommend it to anyone. It's the greatest labor of... It took me a year to beat it. It's a massive game called Sacred 2 by Ascaron. There's a remastered version. It was a game that a lot of viewers loved in my channel, and as I said, I awarded it a perfect score of 10 because of how amazing it is. It can take you a whole year to 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 beat it. It's massive. It has the size of World of Warcraft. It has the size of World of Warcraft, GK. And regarding Drakensang Online, I have been highlighting flaws and virtues all over the place. Basically, I do not like the fact that the skill tree is non-sequential except for the Frost discipline. If we take a look at the skill tree, people, basically it's only sequential for the Frost skill tree. I think that lowers the abstract complexity of the gameplay mechanics. I think it's a terrible flaw. I would go for something like Path of Exile. I am playing another game called The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing in the rest of the days as a comparison, which has the skill tree exactly like Path of Exile in that sense. So because of that, I think the abstract complexity of the skill tree in this game is much lower. It's much lower, and because of that, I need to use this one to recover some health. Then, is he recovering health or what? And I think that because of that, that affects the abstract complexity of the gameplay mechanics. Regarding the virtues, I would say that the source of the difficulty is quite natural. It's quite natural, and the influence of the level design on the gameplay mechanics is pretty well done, because if you pay attention to this, what is happening now on screen? I cited this as one of the examples. Am I getting killed because of the raw input of the damage, for example? No, I'm getting killed because I'm getting surrounded and killed by the mobs. That is because I cannot get through the mobs without activating an ability. For example, I highlight things like that. Influence of the level design on the gameplay mechanics. Some of my first viewers were, for example, the developer of The Lord of the Rings War of the Ring, and the developer of Havencast Rise of the Mage. There you have another one that is quite good. In the case of Drakensang, it has a lot of virtues. For example, the natural source of difficulty, derived from, as I've said, the influence of the level design on the gameplay mechanics. I cannot get through the mobs. For example, cities. See that I leave it like this, on purpose. See that I couldn't get through the mob. Well, those subtle things are the things that I analyze to score a game. The fact that the physics system of the game caused a natural source of difficulty, being surrounded and killed instead of the raw input damage of the mob, for example, is one of the virtues. And you must be thinking, well, but it's something evident, happens in every isometric action RPG game. Yeah, but for example, in World of Warcraft, it doesn't happen. In World of Warcraft, it doesn't happen. For example, in that sense, you can get through the mob, and only the raw input damage of the creature will determine if you die or not. Here, I could be surrounded and killed in all of this time. Don't remind me of the left party. Bancha are pillow. I have buddies in education. Pray to Jesus and thank him. The fact you are not in school anymore. What they have been doing to our education is so detrimental. Even though 70. Anyways, Russian made a breakthrough today. Yeah, Pillow doesn't like all roads lead to Russia with you. In the longest region, I've been with the problem. So, would you recommend the game to others? So far, Drakensang Online. I still need to get to the final qualification. I spent 4 hours. So far, I would say you have other options. I wouldn't recommend you as your first isometric action RPG. I don't know if you played a lot of Diablo clones, as you name them. I also deal with naming conventions. For example, these are called isometric action RPG games, and basically, no, I wouldn't recommend you as the first experience. Why? Because of the level design. Drakensang Online, EU, yes. Patrick here. Some of them are old school players of the game that enjoy my analysis, but they don't like the modern turn of the game. I wouldn't, because without help from my viewers, GK, for example, without help from my viewers, it would have taken me an insane amount of time to farm. Second, this game has no story. I mean, no story. It does have a story, but it's not dialogue voiced, and each story is self-contained in each region and disconnected from each other. It's not like Diablo, GK. Just so you have an idea that you have a main antagonist, Diablo, as an element that cohesively interconnects all of the regions of the level design of the game. In this game is one region, one story, no voice acting, no voice acting. I have been criticizing this, and I know that's an element that is terrible. Unless you really like a specific game called Monster Hunter or any Monster Hunter clone, unless you really like that system of crafting with no story at all, with no other cohesive component to connect the different ideas of the game, because the level design in Monster Hunter is like this, unless anyone wants to disagree, people, and in Monster Hunter clones is like this. It's just farm the monster, kill, get the materials and craft. Unless you like that flow of the level design a lot, I would say that you have much better options in that sense. Second, it's a game that will be quite tough on you if you play it solo, unless you have a group. In your opinion, Axis, Drakensang Online have so many problems, but I love the game since you were 12 years old. You say Axis is also a veteran player of the game. The same goes for Ender and District and Flying Energies and all of the people that you may see on stream. Most of them are veteran players, except Pillow and me. In that sense, I presume he didn't play Drakensang Online specifically. But yes, Patrick that you see there, C4 fill in my face is Patrick, and Axis. They are veteran players and they love the game, but they do address the flaws that it may have. For example, Patrick misses the old school launch days. Patrick, you are always nostalgic about the old school launch days. In your case, Axis, you played since launch. In your case as well, you said 12 years, so it's like me with with Star Wars: Your Republic. I was 16 instead of that. Yeah, basically. So you must try Dofus. I feel it's common to all games. After some years, they become boring. You say, GK. Yes, I have been commenting that. I would argue that Star Wars: Your Republic can survive that. I think it's the best game ever. I think it's the best game ever. I've said the reasons. I think it can because it's a very specific case. It's the only MMORPG that is versatile enough. I would incorporate the concept of versatility, GK, in that case. I think that depends on versatility. For example, imagine if Drakensang Online had, regardless of personal nostalgia, in the case of you, Axis, or Patrick, or etc., if I gave you a reverse engineered version with version 1.0, you would go back to play it, probably. By the way, Axis, Patrick, the game that you changed your Discord profile with it, the one that your friend did, that was like Drakensang Online. Put it in chat so they have variety. Rank Online, that one that Patrick is playing here, and is like Drakensang Online, in case you want an alternative. No, that feel that you say, I feel is common to all games after some years to become boring. Yes. I would say that except very specific examples, like I said, Star Wars: Your Republic, I think it depends on the concept of versatility, GK. I think it depends on the concept of versatility. For example, my favorite game, Star Wars: Your Republic, I played it since launch, 2012 to 2011 December. It was the last days of December, 2012 to 2015. Then I quit for 10 years, and then I returned this year, for example. But I really didn't quit back then because I got tired. It was because I felt, and this is a bit the purpose of my channel, I felt I was missing out. That one, thank you, Patrick. That one is done by a friend of you, Patrick. It was a friend of you that is trying to basically, in that sense, replicate the formula of Drakensang Online, solving some of the defects. But going back to my argument, precisely, I felt I quit Star Wars: The Republic for 10 years because I had to go to law school, of course, but also because I felt afterwards, after I got out of law school, I felt that I was missing out on a lot of other genres. It's also a bit the purpose of my channel, to give people variety, expand the horizons of options that everyone has available. That's why I do game recommendations and I analyze the games. Because, for example, I love the RTS genre. I started as a real-time strategy streamer. I love the RTS genre. I bet you can bet I am a person from the 90s because of that. And yes, I felt that the genre was dead while everyone was playing Fortnite, for example. And I felt that we had gotten to a point. It's a bit the purpose of the channel, besides the reviews, that no one was expanding their horizons in games and their knowledge about them. Like, for example, I loved I loved the RTS genre and it was dying, for example. Or I don't know. If I tell you that one of my first viewers was the developer, the level designer of Havencast Rise of the Mage, for example. It's a game from Austria that is like it's a Diablo clone that mixes some beat 'em up mechanics and etc. And if I name you Havencast Rise of the Mage, it's a game that no one knows about. That's why I showcased it, because no one knew about it. And do you analyze any other games besides MMORPG? Yeah, most of it. You have it over at YouTube, Patrick. You have them over at YouTube. I don't know if you clicked on the YouTube banner. Most of the games that I've analyzed are from a different genre. The first MMORPG that I've analyzed is, in fact, this one, and well, Star Wars: The Republic is leisure gameplay for me. I feel like I'm at home with it. So, Axis, you said that Drakensang Online has so many problems, but you love the game. You must try Dofus. Which one is Dofus? Can you put the link in chat? Ah, no, because you don't have the beep. Maybe I need to give you the beep, maybe to put the links. Well, what is Dofus? It's like a name. It's like another game. Axis, I don't know about that one. I really don't know about that one. Dofus. Interesting. Yes, generally, as I told you, well, this is a bit of a recap. I started analyzing real-time strategy games, but sadly, since it's a quite mechanical genre, yeah, Dofus is an old game. Okay, and the name is Dofus. There, thank you, Patrick, thank you. You searched for it. Thank you. Then I have to. I think I'm at the limit of beeps that I can distribute by now. But let me see what I can do. So people who like pasting the links and do a lot of game recommendations also have them as well. Dofus is an old game. Okay, there you have it, people. Let me check it if. Hang on, I want to check it now. Dofus is an old game. Yeah, Patrick. Most of the games that I've analyzed so far, I started with real-time strategy, but sadly, since it was a quite mechanical genre, the category system of Twitch, it basically ensured that no one would care about watching me. Curiously, Pillow did discover my stream because of a real-time strategy game. It was the last one I played to say, there's no hope for this genre on Twitch, besides Age of Empires, besides the popular ones. So it was a surprise for me because Pillow discovered my stream as I was playing Spellforce 1. People, I don't know if anyone here played Spellforce 1. It was the game that I analyzed last year. That is terrible, I wouldn't recommend it. Spellforce 1, basically. Spellforce 1. So, yeah, the first game, if you check out YouTube, I have a genre in your mind, but I can give you the name. You say, Patrick. Okay, so it's an old game. So yeah, basically I started with real-time strategy, then I incorporated isometric action RPG games like Diablo clones, as you say, like this one, and etc. And basically like that. Sadly, the real-time strategy, even if I would love to, for example, I would love to showcase, which one people that I want to play. There's a modded version of StarCraft 2 that actually replicates the story of StarCraft 1, and I have the mod prepared. I would love to showcase it, but I know that, for example, it's a quite mechanical genre, and really people wouldn't really care about it. As for the rest, I love racing as well. From time to time, I love playing a racing game, and then open world RPGs, classic ones. For example, Dungeon Siege 3, I played, for example, on stream. For example, in that sense, Dungeon Siege 3, that's an example. So yeah, pretty much like that. I wouldn't recommend Drakensang Online unless you really like the level design of Monster Hunter. Oh, I have a genre in my mind. I can't give you the name. No, that was a lame joke, Patrick. No. Please don't take him into account. People, he just likes doing those jokes from time, making those jokes from time to time. No, Patrick, no. I think you lost your debate partner, though. Patrick. Well, in my case, I think Pillow. Yeah, he had to go. I think he had to go. Well, we thank him for all the time he spent with our debate. Today we did U.S. versus China, pretty much. You can see how passionate Pillow is about those topics. You can see how passionate he is about those topics. So yeah, pretty much. I wonder he would react about that. Oh well. No worries, people. Basically that. Just so you have an idea. Oh yeah. Damn it. Today we had an active day. Tomorrow we'll start the Halloween stream, huh? If for district that he asked me about it. We'll start it for district that he asked me about it. We'll do the Halloween stream with the Darkness 2 people. We'll play the Darkness 2. After all, I'm quite happy that I had a great birthday gift with my country finally getting rid of the severe communism that we suffered for 70 years, basically. Let me check out the game. Let's see the one that you mentioned, Access. Let me check it out. Dofus. I've never heard about it. That alone makes it quite special because I have definitely checked out a lot of games in that sense. So where is it here? Here it should open. Give me a second. So yeah, Patrick, in case of your question, if I analyze any other game, 99% of the games I've analyzed so far in the previous 4 years, with no one caring about my existence besides game developers. Let's see. Now in game. Graphical overhaul. Modern and redesign. Is it like turn-based? Because it has like quadrants. Uh-huh. Reorchestrated music. Stay tuned. Ah, but there's no gameplay over at their official page. Yeah, the name may be confusing. I'm checking it out, eh? I'm checking it out. The one you said, Axis. Dofus. Let me see the gameplay. Let me see the gameplay. Hang on a second. It's from 2004. It's a tactical turn-based, massively multiplayer. It's an MMORPG, but it's turn-based. Action role-playing game developed by published by Ankama Games. It's a French game, originally released only in France. It has been translated to many other languages. The game is a free-to-play. Those to play the universe. The gameplay. It's like it's a turn-based MMORPG. Okay. Players control it to the avatar. That is the one that I just saw there. While the game takes place in real time, the combat in Dofus is conducted more like a turn-based strategy game. Okay, but I don't have gameplay. Let me see if I can find some gameplay to showcase on stream. Because otherwise we are talking about it in the air. Hang on. Hang on, people. There we go. From 15 years ago, I love these ones that are like back when the game was originally launched. Give me a second, people. Give me a sec. Let us check it out. Let us check it out. Hang on. It's a very complex turn mechanic. Okay, yeah. Let me switch a second. So I can show it to you. Give me a second. I don't know that you cannot see the stream. Anyways, I don't think I'll get killed like this. Give me a second, huh? Give me a second. I'm loading it up here. Let me see. No, a bit when the combat starts. Let me check it out because I never heard about it. And it's weird for me to not know about the game. I love it when we have old videos about these games. I hate modern videos about them because they don't show you the original experience. Here we can see that it's not even in widescreen. Hang on. Hang on, huh? Let us check it out. Let me switch to this one. There we go. Let us see. So it's like an MMORPG. Action points, and it has quadrants. It's not animated though. Ah yeah, there it's animated. There, that one move. It's a French game, people. It's a French game. So he moves those, and it's completely turn-based. No, I can tell you that I wouldn't like this precisely because I hate turn-based games. And there we can see that the action bar is refilling as he does the attacks. Hey, never heard about this game, Axis, ever before. I never heard of its existence. It's incredible how you can always a punch that causes slight damage, and you control more than one. The ones with the red circle below them. Underneath them. And there, use the action points. You finish there. It feels a bit like Fire Emblem, eh? Wouldn't you say, people? Feels a bit like Fire Emblem. And now it goes back to real time. There he can move normally. Because the quadrants are dismissed. And like this, I presume it's like World of Warcraft. Hey, it's a great recommendation for people who like Fire Emblem and turn-based strategy games. In my case, it's a genre that I generally, overall, I don't like, but yeah, pretty much. For those who like turn-based MMORPGs, something like Fire Emblem mixed with World of Warcraft, I bet it must be paradise. That's for sure. I bet it must be paradise in that sense, because it combines two genres that generally are not compatible a lot with each other. Like, I love that are not compatible with each other. Like, I love the tab targeting combat of World of Warcraft, for example, that is in real time. I love that. But for those who would like the level design of World of Warcraft combined with turn-based strategy, then it's paradise. For those who like Fire Emblem, for example. And you said it's complex. Weird, absolutely weird combination, but I bet it has a lot of ingenuity. Okay. I always love when there's variety. I always love when there are games that I don't know about that are mentioned precisely in the chat. I never heard about that one. Huh? Regarding French games, my first game was French. It was Scars, Supercomputer Animal Racing Simulator, and Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time, for example, is very influential, as it set the base, everything for what was then modernly Assassin's Creed. So it was brilliant. Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time, without a doubt. So as for the rest, Focus Home Interactive does great games. Few people know. Here you'll see how much I love real-time strategy. That one of the a quite cheap StarCraft clone that doesn't have a lot of replayability. It's not a good game that I would recommend, but it's quite nice to play a bit. Like, if you see it for $1, I would pick it. It's called Ethereum. Very, very obscure. It's an RTS game made by Focus Home Interactive. And I love, of course, the Sherlock Holmes games. I love Focus Home Interactive as a studio. And the Gothic Armada ones. I'm in a genre crisis, you say, Patrick. Really? Really? Genre crisis? Let's see how we can solve it. By the way, as I said, tomorrow we'll begin the Halloween special. Patrick, I already told you. You have to try out Pokemon Fire Red. You have to try out Google online Game Boy Advance emulator. You have to try a Nintendo game to check out console quality. Traditional way of playing. You have to check out those. In that sense. Alright, I just need to kill the little butchers here. In that sense, that one. The little butchers. You have to try Pokemon Fire Red. You have to try Super Mario Bros. The classic of the genre. So you'll be able to appreciate different types of gameplay. You have to try, I don't know, Need for Speed for racing. I don't know. You have to try the exponents of each genre to increase the horizon, like that. You're in a genre crisis. I hope you meant the games and not more political debate in that sense. In that sense, Patrick. But yeah, you're in a genre crisis. You don't know which game to pick. As I told you, you haven't played the classics of the genre. That is dangerous. You have to play Pokemon Fire Red if you can somehow tolerate the turn-based. If you don't, as I told you, you have to play Mario Brothers 1 and 3. They are classics. You have to play Sonic the Hedgehog 1. You have to play Super Mario Galaxy. You have to play Super Mario Galaxy if you don't like turn-based. You have to play the classics of Nintendo of the genres. You have to play God of War 1. As I get older, I'm shifting away from games. Worried face. No, that's a mistake. That's a good topic of debate, people. Have you ever got the question, as you grow older, when are you going to stop playing games? When are you going to stop playing games? You are way too old for games. You are way too... That was more in the 90s. Than nowadays. Nowadays, fortunately, that has been erased a lot. Fortunately. When are you going to stop playing games? In my case, it was with football. You know that coming from Argentina. Football is like a fucking religion. I didn't like football. I know you don't like football as well, Patrick. But in my case, it was brutal. How can you not like football? You gotta play football instead of playing game. No, that's a debate. In this case, it's related to age. When are you go? Games are for kids. That was the idea back in the 90s. Games are for kids. Games are for kids. Games are for kids. When will you stop playing games? Well, if we take a look at it from an objective perspective, games create more brain activity than what most adults do. Modernly, people, I think we can all agree on that. Than watching a movie, it creates even more brain activity than reading a book. Even that one is painful for me because I like reading. You know how people should still read a lot of books, huh? You know that I'm quite strict regarding those things. But truly, games create the ones that involve some strategy, or even FPS that involve the coordination of the eye-hand coordination. It's been researched that people who play video games frequently are 70% immune to depression. 70%. There's a 30% that could happen. Something terrible happens in their lives. That is not finding meaning to human existence. Nihilism, basically, and etc. So, basically like that. And and in that sense, uh, there's always a debate. When will you stop playing games? I would say that the person should never stop doing so. I think all neurological problems will be greatly reduced in when we all become old because of the insane amount of games that we play. It forces you, especially if you play several games, one different from another. Especially if you do that. Especially if you do that, because it forces the brain to be constantly adapting to new rules, and that creates precisely the synapses, the, the neurological process in which the neurons connect each other and strengthen the connection. So I think that will be highly positive. Highly positive. Take that from someone who's, fortunately, only one case in my family, but my grandma had that, and basically, it's like that. If you strengthen the neural connections with that, so Patrick, don't stop playing games. Why would you do so? Don't stop playing games. Never, ever. The thing is that you have to expand the horizon, as I tell you. Google online emulator, online Game Boy Advance emulator, Pokemon Fire Red, for example, and there it will make you work. It will make your brain work 100%. And you'll see how amazing it is. You'll see how amazing it is. It'll make your brain work. If you don't like turn-based, like I do, in my case, Pokemon is an exception. That can tell you the Pokemon and you. That can tell you the quality of what I'm recommending to you. That someone who doesn't like turn-based games would recommend you a turn-based game as an example to be fascinated by other genres. I would recommend you racing. I don't know. I would recommend you something more obscure, maybe. But no, I would suggest classics first. Mario Brothers 1 and 3. It is criminal. Sonic the Hedgehog 1. It is criminal. All of those games you can play them online instead of Drakensang for the thousandth time. Path of Exile you can try if you want something like that. Diablo 2 you have to play the fathers of the genre. I would honestly suggest people to play the genres in order. If you like Drakensang, go play Diablo 2. Then go play Diablo 3 and see the contrast. Then play Titan Quest. For example, I would suggest that pattern. And then you can go to more modern examples. You have too much competitive spirit, so when I play an MMORPG, I get sad if a player better than me. That's why I stopped everything. I play League of... Patrick, you have the competitive spirit, and when you play the MMORPG, you get sad if a player is better than you. That's why you stopped everything. And you still play League of Legends. That's a contradiction. I think there's nothing more fucking competitive than that. No, don't get sad. There's always someone better than us at a game. For example. No. But it's a contradiction, Patrick. If you don't like that concept, then you are playing League of Legends, which is the epitome of competitiveness. So, in that sense, it's brutal. In that sense, it's brutal because you are going for a quite competitive one, and it doesn't let you appreciate, for example, a good story in a game and the interaction. For example, Mass Effect. You have to play Mass Effect 1. You have to play BioWare games, Dragon Age Origins. But in League of Legends, I just rejoin a new match and you can try again. What do you mean you rejoin a new match? I don't know. That there isn't a continuous seasonal evolution like in Drakensang. In that sense, that the variables are kind of like reset to default with every match. Okay, but you can do so without the competitive components for example, in Age of Empires 2, you should play Age of Empires 2. Everyone should play Age of Empires 2. You have to try out Age of Empires 2 if you like strategy, like that one. It will force you to go through a more complex genre, my favorite one, the RTS genre. For example, I can beat the AI on Extreme in Age of Empires. Only that, the AI will be a challenge for you, I assure you, in Age of Empires 2. Besides, with the new definitive version is amazing. Get Age of Empires 2. Try it somehow, through any means. Try it. It's like a piece of history, gaming history. You need to try out. They are like unavoidable. They are mandatory. Sorry, mandatory was the word. Mandatory. Age of Empires 2. You have to play Age of Empires 2. There's no way you don't like it. That you don't see how fascinating it is. Maybe if that one is way too much at the beginning, try something easier. Try StarCraft 2. I don't know. I want to showcase a mod for StarCraft 2. For example, the Mass Recall mod. Now I remember the name. Mass Recall. StarCraft Mass Recall I wanted to showcase, that I was commenting previously. But yeah, I fear not many people would love to see in that sense. Not many of you would be interested in an RTS. But if I were playing on my own, boof. Boof. Not for the stream. I would pick it 100%. Okay, we only need one more demon horn and we are done with these torture people, I guess. See why I say that the level design, why I didn't recommend the game to the previous viewer that stumbled upon the stream is because of this. Imagine this level design structure, people. Go farm the 20 horns there from the demons, and you have to do this of entering and re-enter. It's like Monster Hunter, the level design in Drakensang Online. It's like Monster Hunter. It's more like a monster hunting clone than an isometric action RPG, because as I said, there is a cohesive element that connects it all in Diablo, the antagonist, Diablo itself. Here, like, I wouldn't be able to recall precisely, talking about StarCraft Mass Recall, why am I sent to get the Matery Stone fragments, or in this case the Demon Horns and etc. Because how this game manages the interludes in between quests. It's like one isolated quest, whole region, then another one, completely disconnected from each other. So that's also a component that doesn't help retaining the attention of the player. And take that from someone who has constantly said that 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 uh, the story component in a game, as I always say, the grandeur category of the analysis, the impact of the story, soundtrack, and ambience psychologically on the player, is a secondary element. The main one is, of course, the gameplay. But it does have... Oh, defeat the Demon Lord Pranarch. Here, okay, now we get killed. I see the point. I see the point of this. Now we get killed. In that sense. You play games after the main quest, like maximizing your character's time. Doing... Yes, of course, Patrickers, of course. See, yes, of course, of course. But generally they are offline games, so you won't like them at all. Yes, of course. I love the end game portion of the gameplay mechanics and the replayability, and I think it's a quite valuable element. For example, I can tell you that that in that sense, in the case of I played a game in the Xbox 360 long ago called Crackdown 1. It's like a GTA clone that I commented to Ender the other day. Crackdown. And after the main quest, then I kept going until I could beat it on hard difficulty and etc. Maxing out the character, not the achievements. The achievements, no, I don't care that much about that. But yes, getting to the end game. For example, in Borderlands, I beat Cromorax the Invincible as the secret final boss. I have the save file, and you can see it. I have the fight over at YouTube when I beat him from the first time, and that would be endgame. Chromarax the Invincible in Borderlands 1 as another example, because you really already beat the main story. And for example, in Borderlands 2, I got to beat the main story, and now I wanted to get to the rest of the bosses. Borderlands is amazing regarding that. Borderlands is amazing. Or Hellgate London, that is the hidden predecessor of Borderlands. No one knows about. I talked a lot to Ender about this. Hellgate London. I would suggest you play Hellgate London without a doubt. You can play London 2038, that is online, but it's not competitive. It's more you against the dungeon. You have the videos of me playing London 2038. The community manager of it is a follower of the stream. I thought it was a brilliant idea. Amazing game. But yes, it is true that I do have a tendency for a lot of offline games. I like quality with Nintendo. For example, I have always showed you people my 3DS here. I would recommend you play the classics or my PS Vita that I showed you earlier. Here you have the Ultimate PS Vita Showcase, people, or the Switch 2. I lean towards classic Nintendo style of games when it's not PC. Why? I would also recommend them to you, Patrick, because they will not bother you with the story. They are not about the story. But also, the thing is that they will show you classic gameplay mechanics. That's the thing. Who are you? Are you a friend of the Bad Flute Man? Did you see my mommy? Okay, Darisha. The Batman came with the demons and we all ran away. I lost sight of my mommy when I hit here. Please help me find my mommy. Basically that, Patrick. That precisely, precisely, precisely. With Nintendo games, you won't have a problem with the story, and they will show you classic gameplay, like the origins of it all. That's why I recommend you. You cannot tell me that you are playing any other game, League of Legends or whichever. For example, in the case of strategy, if you didn't play Age of Empires 2, you cannot tell me that you want to play. Well, you can. I mean it like it prevents you from establishing cohesive comparisons, not playing first, telling me that you didn't play Mario Bros 1 and 3. You cannot play Super Mario World. I think it would be mandatory as well, but 1 and 3, uh, or Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 3, or 2 as well is good, but still. Because then you won't be able to measure the abstract quality of games that belong to the same genre, because it's quite difficult to establish comparisons then afterwards. If you don't know if the idea is actually original from the modern game that you are playing. For example, if I start playing, I don't know, the latest entry, Sonic Superstars, or whatever, or if I try to play, I don't know, Ori and the Blind Forest, or I see a lot of people nowadays saying Hollow Knight #1, Hollow Knight is #1. Well, if you didn't play Sonic the Hedgehog, what do you want me to tell you, Super Mario? Eraser, you saw the news. District, how's it going? The last news I saw was that my country got out of communism finally in the legislative, and that Brazil is the amazing MMORPG New World announced its shutdown next year. Oh, nice, nice. Patrick, there you have your answer. Refreshed once again. Why Eraser hates, why Christian hates online only games, and why I would declare them illegal. District, how have you been? In case you missed it, I'm going to do tomorrow your Halloween special, District, huh? Tomorrow. Today we had a long debate with Pillow. then I am glad that Axis could meet Pillow as well. but I'll be in the Halloween special tomorrow, District, for you. Let's go. Yes, tomorrow, in case you are interested. So I wanted to tell it to you so you don't miss it. We'll do the darkness too. So people who get afraid easily, I assure you, it's a shooter. We'll play an FPS game. And it's quite bloody. You use tentacles to dismember people. So, yeah, it's a quite good FPS, but it is quite terrific. So people who get scared easily, don't come over here. It won't have jump scares, but it will have FPS dismemberments. And it's quite sinister. So, for those of you who don't like Halloween, who get scared easily, don't come tomorrow to the stream. Flying Energies, how are you doing? Flying Energies was a big New World fan. He couldn't believe it either. Don't tell me, Flying Energies, that you tried the MMORPG and it closed. I was commenting. How are you doing, Flying Energies? Always a pleasure to see you here. I don't forget about the raid. Yeah. Anyone watching this as a YouTube bot, check out Flying Energies as a streamer. He's an angel. He's a great person. Amazing. So I cannot rate him because of a putrid 5-hour time zone difference. But anyone watching this as a YouTube bot, I leave it recorded. Check out Flying Energies. He's an angel. He's an amazing guy. Thanks, man. They also canceled the Lord of the Rings MMORPG. Thanks, man. No worries, Flying Energies. You've done so much for me. This is the least I can do since my fucking time zone is 5 hours later. It's the least I can do. You reminded me of it. The thing is that with my crazy political chats, I get caught up and for example, we were debating the United States against China, and I got caught up in that. My country got rid of communism as well, so I'm quite happy finally. So yeah, pretty much. I think making an RPG in this era is impossible, District. An MMORPG? I don't think so. The Black Grimoire Curse Breaker proves you wrong, I would say. People have high expectations. The Black Grimoire Curse Breaker proves you wrong. It's just that I would make it illegal to make it online only. You know which is my deep pain? People, does anyone here know what Darkspore is? And Wildstar, those for me. I wanted to play those two so badly, and I couldn't. Yeah. But you see why I always talk to you about why I have offline MMORPGs that I cannot showcase on stream, sadly. That is prohibited, so I don't do it. But basically, the idea is that that's why I have reverse engineered versions of them. Darkspore, people. If in case anyone here knows about Darkspore, Darkspore was amazing. I was so hyped for that when it closed. And then Wildstar. Those two were like, they were deeply painful for me. Darkspore and Wildstar. Deeply painful. That's why I say that MMORPGs online only should be illegal in general. I guess it's time to go to WoW. Kampa, says Flying Energy. For you, don't tell me, Flying Energy, don't tell me that you were a player of New World and the MMORPG is closing. For you, as a streamer, it damages your business. No, that is even worse. That is even worse. You were a player of New World, Flying Energies. You were a player. No. The worst part is that people, I would love to play World of Warcraft. You see here that I have the Lich King. I would love to showcase you my great offline server that has graphic enhancements, but I would get banned in that very same second. In that sense, it's prohibited. Sadly, I cannot show you that, for example. I cannot show you that. I cannot even show you that. In that sense. So, it's even worse. I have a reverse engineer server of World of Warcraft, of course, of Lineage 2, of Ion. I love that one. I have to try it because it is said to have the best tap targeting combat ever created in any MMORPG, and I want to see if it's true. I never had the time to do so before going to law school, so yeah. And pretty much Terra, the Exile Realm of Arborea from Ubisoft, and Black Desert Online. I use all of them offline. I play offline on my own. I know, Patrick, that for you, you told me Eraser era, era, you, it's one of the most depressing things I've ever heard that you like playing offline MMORPGs alone on your own. But no, because I use mods, for example. I can do the Raid of the Lich King solo, because I adjust the difficulty so it's soloable. You can apply mods. You can apply graphical enhancements. So it's absolutely amazing, people. It's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing in that sense. It's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It opens up the possibilities a lot, a lot. District. Good point. You think making an MMORPG in this era is impossible? Yeah, there's a dominate more the few friends in that you can do so, huh? You can do so, Patrick. You can put bots to act like players, and I'm researching the mod to have PvP as well, player versus player combat, the arenas. I'm researching it. They farm and everything, and etc. Now for friends, I have you all. I have my friends over Star Wars Your Republic and my IRL law school friends. That is covered. That is absolutely covered. You cannot mod the friend. No, yeah, I get the point. Yes, it's impossible when it comes to player base to keep up the people still play it for them to split to still play it for the long term. It says Flying Energies. Yeah. Flying Energies is like that. For example, some friends over at Star Wars: The Republic, they were telling me that they were trying out Throne and Liberty, and I told them, well, I have this argument. I told them that I like Tatorating Combat. Uh, I have this argument, District, you as well. I think it is possible. I think the Black Grimmer's Cursebreaker is proof of it. It works offline. It's basically a modern incarnation of RuneScape, but it works. I think it can. I think if someone, this is the theory. I think tab targeting combat, that is Dungeons and Dragons 4.0, never reached its full abstract complexity potential. Now, I know this argument is quite extensive and abstract, but you'll see what I mean. Name in chat District Flying Energies, District Axis, any of you. Name how many MMORPGs with tab targeting combat you get released nowadays. It's almost next to zero. If you can name me one, you do me a great favor. I issue that challenge. Modern games with tab targeting combat, like World of Warcraft or Star Wars: Your Republic. Name them. Name any that you can think about. Patrick. But where do you get the private servers? I cannot say that, Patrick. Sorry, I don't want. That really gets you banned. Let's just say that in the great, incredible internet, cyberspace, there could be the probability that people have repack. Repacks of. Let's just say that there's a probability. I know nothing about it, but there could be a probability. You have that targeting access. Throne and Liberty, Flying Energies. I very hate this. You hate the tab targeting, and in your case, Flying Energies, Ion 2 in 2 weeks. Oh, Throne and Liberty, you say Flying Energies, and Ion 2 in 2 weeks. I had some friends over at Star Wars: Your Republic trying that Throne and Liberty. They were starting it. Oh, I get it now. Yeah, Patrick, no more comment. That one is brutal. That one is worse than all of the topics before. That one gets you banned instantly. Like that. Of course, it takes a lot of work, but well, In your case, Access, I hate tab targeting. It's my favorite system. It's my favorite system. You played Throne and Liberty, 15 minutes was enough. Combat made me to quit. How was the combat, Flying Energies? Because my friends over at Star Wars The Republic are begging me, go, try it. Because I'm like a legend in Star Wars The Republic with the tab targeting combat. Everyone knows that I'm a legend in Star Wars The Republic. The ones that I kill surely know about it. Boring, tab targeting. It has tab targeting, Throne and Liberty. Oh well, that then is for me. It has tab targeting. You people don't like tab targeting combat like World of Warcraft. Oh, I'm alone in here. PvP game focused. If you don't have a guild, don't even think about it. Smile. Oh no. Okay. I see. It's open world PvP, Flying Energies, and they farm you like they win in numbers. The Sultans disappear in front of the David man to find the invasion. Talk for the dog. Please find him. Okay, let's find the dog. Ah, nice. It's like Guild Wars. Okay, it's like Guild Wars. Yes, okay, it's like Guild Wars. Axis, you also don't like tab targeting. Just like Flying Energies. Oh, I may be alone here then. I may be alone. It's my favorite combat system. District, to wrap up your arguments. Have you tried Albion? No. No, I generally only do Star Wars The Republic. We can only feed one MMORPG at a time, people. If it has tab targeting, I like the game by default. I love tab targeting. I love it. For me, it's not tab targeting, huh? You like more action-oriented and hybrid combats. Okay. For me, it's not tab targeting, eh? I don't use tab to target. I use E to target. Fully tab target? Hell no. Yes, no. For me, it's paradise. I don't use tab. I use E to target. For me, it's E targeting. I use E to target instead of tab, and I use my mouse. I am a clicker in Star Wars The Republic, and I'm one of the top. I have always been one of the top PvP players. I am a clicker in World of Warcraft as well, offline in that case. But I'm a clicker, and I'm quite good. I can assure you, I'm quite good. You have some clips over at Twitch here. You have some clips over at Twitch here. For example, here I'll show you something. No. Now I'll have to show you something, people. I have to show you something. The beauty of tab targeting. See this one. For example, for me it's E targeting because I target with E instead. Here I'll show you something. I'll show you something. This will scare. Well, scare. It will be disgusting for you. But where is it? The clip that I did. For example, this one. For example, this one. This one, for example. This one will be disgusting for you. Look at that one. Look at that. That one we did at the beginning of the year as I returned to Star Wars The Republic. This was my first kill after 10 years of not being in the game. For example, that is disgusting for you. Access, Flying Energies, for you too. In that sense. For example, in that sense. Fully tab target, hell no. Fully tab target, hell no. For example, that one would be disgusting, but look at that one. I was surrounded, I did a 2v1. Look at that. For me, that is paradise. And you can see that I'm a clicker, I'm clicking there. For me, it's E-targeting. It's my legendary clicker style. Well, the argument for District, that District said, you think an MMORPG in this era is impossible. Okay. I think tab targeting never reached its full potential. I think there are no tab targeting games being released now. The fact that we don't have tab targeting games being released now, MMORPG or offline, doesn't matter. The model of the business, it doesn't matter the model of the business. But I think tap targeting never reached its full potential. Why? We don't get any new modern tap targeting games. I am alone crying like that. If you can recommend me any modern ones with it, I would be thankful. But truly, the thing is that I don't have a lot. I don't have a lot being released for me in that sense. So yeah, how can I ever thank you for saving us? You are searching for the man with the flute. Then you need to defeat the Sultan and the demons first. I heard that they locked up the enforcers who tormented the Sultan if he wouldn't behave. If I don't know where the prison is, the Sultan's terror reign would be over if we freed the enforcers. Will you help for their whereabouts? So basically that, people, you can see that you can be a clicker. For example, you can be a clicker. Have you tried Albion? You say, Patrick. No. I generally love anything with tap targeting. Full tap targeting, as the Flying Energy is saying. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think the abstract complexity of the skill trees in those games is amazing, and that they are precise. I love the reaction. Hell no! Full tap targeting, no, and axis as well. I hate tap targeting. The problem is that you are using tab. You have to use E like I use. For me, it's E targeting, and I don't get any new games. Sadly, if you can recommend me any new offline tap targeting game or MMORPG that can be reverse engineered, sure, sure. It's my favorite style of gameplay. I love it in that sense. There you have an example. For example, there you can see that I'm doing PvP in that sense. So, I am the only one who likes tap targeting in here. Apparently. Well, my friends from Star Wars: The Republic, I guess they love it. But here I'm on the minority here. What are we gonna do, people? Wait, I heard a wise mage who could break any seal magic, however strong it was. He lived a long, long time ago and was called Amon. Maybe you can find him in the underworld. Please find him and ask what we should do. Okay. Talk to Amon. We have to go back there. So basically that, people. So basically that. Basically that is what I would say. I think it never reached its full potential. Basically, tap targeting, and that the fact that nowadays we don't get a lot of tap targeting games is proof of the fact that there's an open market for you, District, that you said that is impossible. I think there's an open market for someone to create it, and the proof is the Black Grimmer's Cursebreaker. The Black Grimmer's Cursebreaker. What you describe is not pure magic. It seems that this seal was made with science, and it is not my specialty. I doubt that the Sultan isn't capable of creating this. It must be Slade's doing. You said he was a researcher in Freiburg, so why not ask an acquaintance of him there what to do? Damn it. District, you said that we were at 80% completion of the game, of Drakensang Online, of the story. But I think this is going even further beyond. I think we were at 70 so far. Old training hall in Freiburg. I think it was immediately this map here, people. Pretty much. So, fully tap targeting. Hell no. Albion. Okay, I'll see if I can find something like that. The thing is that we can only feed as human beings one MMORPG, people, if you ask me. The other ones, I would say the perfect strategy is that. One main online MMORPG, and then the rest offline. That's my strategy, basically. That's my strategy, if you want my 2 cents. Albion is a sandbox. I don't like that. Survival and like Minecraft, like creating your own, manipulating the territory, like Minecraft. Since I despise that. I like big creature here, kill it, have better performance, and that I don't like that really. The survival ones like Ark and those. It's a sandbox MMORPG. Okay. Does it have tap targeting combat and non-survival mechanics? Is it a WoW clone? A World of Warcraft clone? I could see it. I could check it out, sorry. I could check it out. Sandbox. The concept of sandbox in games is quite... It has been completely manipulated modernly. Because we generally call sandbox nowadays an open world MMO, an open world game. Any open world game. When actually sandbox is, it has no quests. Your only job is to get better gear and stuff. Well, like that. Yeah, I hate that. I hate that. Precisely. A sandbox isn't that the game is open world, but exactly what you're describing. Like, it has no defined objectives, and you manipulate the environment of the level design and etc. Like Minecraft. People generally call sandbox an open world game. So yeah, but what you're saying is the correct definition. If it has no quest, your only job is to get better gear and stuff. Okay, it's like survival then. Survival. I hate survival games. It's the opposite of me. I am classic World of Warcraft Dungeons and Dragons 4.0. In that sense, no, I wouldn't like it. It's like that. I love how much variety we have in the chat, people. I think I'm alone with loving World of Warcraft and Star Wars Your Republic then. Full tap targeting? Hell no! I hate tap targeting. Okay. I am like an exclusive case then. It's way too old school for you, people. It's way too old school for you. Tap targeting. I think it's well, for me tap targeting is... I thank you. I don't want to listen to myself. Uh, I, I love it. It's my favorite combat system. It's my favorite combat system because there are so many things intrinsically working inside of it that make it so precise. Like every attack triggers a sequential rotation that enhances the complexity of the combat to such degree that it's delicious. I love the targeting. People, I hate it when it doesn't have any quest and it has no objective and no end to it. That's precisely sandbox. No end to it at all. I like a more traditional structure. Sacred 2, I will once again recommend it to anyone. Sacred 2, majestic piece of software. I would say the best piece of software of German engineering ever created. I would say the best German game ever created, without a doubt. Sacred 2. Um, yeah, highly recommended. From what you tell, I guess it is an undermine absorber. It deprived undermine of the surroundings and created negative pressure, a mastery anomaly. This world tries to continually replace what is lost, usually with memories. Without enough memories to fill the gap, the negative pressure comes. The negative pressure becomes a spelling mistake. This two is not two, but two with two O's. Never write it like these people. For us non-native speakers, with two O's, like two, not two, too strong, that only physical matter can correct the imbalance. They also make grammar mistakes in this game. The parallel world exists to stabilize Dracania and the Underworld, a smooth passage between life and death that connects and divides. Therefore, we need matter fragments like spears and Nixaroids to destroy the Undermine absorbers. Okay. Matter fragments, we've got them. Matter phantoms in the parallel world and the underworld, and 20 light spheres. I think we have them. See, this is what I mean with the level design structure. This game sends you to farm like this to finish the main quest, and this causes a disconnection for the player. Okay, I found a good book for tomorrow. Okay, anyways, I am done. We are done for today, people. I congratulate you. You, with the great debate, you exhausted all of my energies. Deliver the matter fragments. Deliver the light spheres. I have them. And then we will collect the Nixaroids next time, people. We'll collect the Nixaroids, whatever the fuck they are, whatever they may be, next time. You found a good book for. So, as I said at the beginning, as you tell me the book, Patrick, no worries, and we'll wrap it up. Thanks from the bottom of my heart to. It was a good stream. No, tell me the book. We can wrap it up. I have 10 more minutes, but I'll leave it here. I got tired already, and I have to eat. I need to have dinner. Thanks, before anything, to Alex Giannakopoulos, always, for being the 88th YouTube subscriber. Thanks to YouTube viewers who comment. Thanks to Cloudy that you told me here that you enjoy the debates. Remember that there's a delay between YouTube and here. So Cloudy is an old subscriber over at YouTube that you enjoy the debates. It's just a starting. If you're watching this then as a bot, because you are watching like the beginning of the debates there, the beginning of Drakensang over at YouTube. Remember, people, you can all subscribe over at YouTube for any past broadcasts that you told me, Patrick, that you, for example, that you, if I analyzed any other games, yes, in fact, I analyzed most of the games. It was Cloudy. No, Cloudul, that you love the debates. Cloudul. An old subscriber over at YouTube. Thanks to the 88th YouTube subscribers. Aristotle, politics. No, don't forget the military part with Pillow. We have to finish that one. United States versus China. We also talked about games, Patrick. We covered everything today. We covered everything. It's like a medieval EU tavern. This. You know what I should do, people? I should move right in the center of Austria. I should move right to the center of Austria. Open a bar. I stream inside of the bar, as you all, as it's like a pilgrimage location for 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 European viewers. That is most of you. Then my friends from the US, I play with them offline. But I should right pick at the center of Europe, open a bar, serve you coffee as I do the stream, isolated. We do that. No, it would be a great day. No, thanks from the bottom of my heart to you, Patrick, that you are the one who participates the most. To, of course, to Crowbar and Axis for the subscriptions that really always encourage me to continue showcasing and keeping this project up. At the end of the day, of course, to Axis and Crowbar, you should move to Germany and get in dictatorship. And no, Patrick, no. You know I love the UK and a monarchy. No. I said Austria because it's in the center of Europe, the Western zone, basically, or Switzerland, right there in the center. And so you are all right at the same distance. Because think about it like this: then Crowbar from the UK would be far away, or I don't know. I have a viewer from Spain, and he would be far away. I need to, or Axis Ender and Pillow and Ambra are from Poland, but you are from Germany and from Hungary, and if I chose Germany, it wouldn't be right in the center, or district from Romania. So in that sense, I need to pick like the center of Europe, more or less. No, Patrick, that was a sinister joke. No. You know that I am as a realist monarchist. I am the opposite of relativism, and It doesn't matter if it takes a form of fascism or communism. It doesn't matter if it's Germany or the Soviet Union. I am against all forms of collectivism. And at the end of the day, as I believe in it, monarchy like the British monarchy. I like the British monarchy in that sense. I like the British monarchy pretty much. All monarchies in general. I think they are more stable because they have an element that I think the monarchy acts as an element that transcends the context of left and right of the executive and gives the population something that unites them in spirit beyond the 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 politics of the time they live in, something that transcends it. That's why I think monarchies are stable. Democratic monarchies, of course. Not all monarchies. Let's not get into the ignorance of saying that a monarchy is a dictatorship. Democratic, parliamentary monarchy, of course. People, special thanks to Patrick, that you are the one who participates the most, and you are always there right from the beginning of the stream. To you, Axis, if you're still there, as well as Crowbar, that you both are the two people who have subscribed so far to the channel. So you both encourage me to continue this project. Really, words cannot express what I how much I thank you two for your subscriptions. It means a lot. Much love to you. Have a nice night. Thank you for the debates as always. Thumbs up and heart. So special thanks to Crowbar and Access always for being the subscribers of the channel. Of course, always. You always encourage me to continue showcasing that. Thanks to Pillow for the great debates, even if he disagrees with some things I say. But no, we agree on the main part of being pro-West. So thanks to Pillow, of course, for the great debates. We have to continue United States versus China next time. Thanks to District always for the great ideas that he gives me for the stream. That he gives me a lot of support for all the help he gave me with the game and everything. Uh, and to Flying Energies, of course, for the unconditional support when he rated me uh, a lot of times and etc. I don't forget those things. I wish I could rate him, but I am 5 hours ahead of Germany, where I think he is living at in. So I'm 5 hours ahead, and sadly I cannot rate him. It is very quite difficult because I'm like in the night, and he is 5 hours ahead of me. I'm like 5 hours in the past. Let's say when he's in the night, I am right starting the stream, so his day is completely over. Is like that. His day is completely over. He's 5 hours ahead, and I'm 5 hours delayed from him. So it is brutally difficult because his day is always over, and mine is just starting compared to all of you. Well, just starting. I'm done with my jobs, but I still have to have dinner, for example. A special thanks as well to, I think I named you all, to anyone in general who might have taken the time to watch this as a YouTube VOD or a Twitch VOD in the future, to my Star Wars The Republic friends that they watch the streams offline and they uh, and they know that I may do some other things here and think that I'm a celebrity. I'm not a celebrity there. By then, I'm not. I just like debates here. So to them, and to anyone in general who might have taken time to spend your precious time watching me, to Ambra that is over at the over at Krolek, I think it was the city, over at the Western Polish border, that he went to university. It broke my heart that he told me it's my first week at university. I have to go to to study, and he told me goodbye before going. So when he returns, because he would come back from home when he has time, it will be a nice re-encounter. To Ambra, to Phantom as well, to Phantom from Greece, BJ Phantom DSO from Greece, and everyone who visits me in general or watches them as bots. Remember, people, to enter as well, to enter as well. That is also over at Discord. So remember, for anyone that we have the Discord, for anyone who wants to tell me anything off stream, Crowbar has picked the next game after the Halloween special. We will finish Drakensang in terms of the schedule. This week will be Halloween special because of District that he asked me about it, and I think it's a great idea. Then, with your voting, we will get to Diablo 2 Median XL, but Crowbar asked for a review for one of his games. So we will do Drakensang. We need to get to the final analysis where we'll finally dismember Drakensang Online, dissect it and dismember it. Then The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing is shaping up to be an amazing game. We continue the analysis there. We need to finish. I need to see if I can finish Star Wars The Republic, but I will replace it with Crowbar's game once I'm done. So basically, there you have the schedule of everything that we are going to do. When you people remember, besides the poll, when I sent this, Crowbar said that he is willing to pay to choose the next game. That is the reason. He's the oldest active viewer I've had, so that's why I will incorporate his game. Then I will follow the voting, and we can do Media and Excel that you, Patrick, and District voted for it. So I will keep all of them, but Crowbar said that, he wants to choose the game. He wants to choose the game, so I'll give him that priority. I will give him that priority. He subbed for 6 months and gifted 2 subs on top of it, and etc. So, and he wants to really pick the game because he has a game that is quite obscure and he wants people to showcase it. So, people, also huge thanks that I don't forget to one of my first viewers, who is Pekaren, that he doesn't visit frequently, but he's also an amazing person. So also to him, also a great person. People, have a great night. See you all tomorrow. I love you all. I love you all. Have a great night. Today, my country is finally free from communism. Finally. You have no idea the peace that I am breathing right now. Have a great day.